Okay, today is our lesson 2, and I just want to revisit something that we looked at in our lesson 1, the greetings. We talked about Oya Ore, and so on and so forth. As usual, the lesson is Dholuo. Now, the Oya Ore, as I said last time, being good morning, and so on and so forth. But I would like to say that Dholuo has got different dialects. There is Dholuo that different dialects in the sense that people have different words depending on the region. People from the upper Siaya area have got a different accent. Different from the people from the southern part of Nyanza, and sometimes even some of the vocabulary is also, some of the words are different, including even also to take note of is that Dholuo has borrowed so many words also from English and Kiswahili, and the Dholuo that we speak today is not necessarily or strictly the Dholuo that maybe our grandparents spoke, because of the fact that we have acquired some new words from other languages. And also there is a very common practice that when people speak Dholuo, they tend to mix with other languages, and especially English is very easy. Like I can say Kawuono wachio ma very fine to something like that. It easily mixes with another language. And so what we'll be learning is basically let me say the Dholuo that is used today. It may not be necessarily what you may call the traditional Dholuo words. For instance, today you'd say week makawuono, week makawuono. This word week is borrowed from the word week, which is basically the month. Not the month, the week. So you see, it has gotten itself into the language so that you say week. Ma kawuono is basically of kawuono is today. And the same thing that you'll find if you say, for example, bear, ahinya, bear sana. You'll hear people say bear sana. Ahero sana. Let's use that one. Ahero sana. Sana is basically Kiswahili word, but it has gotten itself into the Dholuo language. And so there's a lot of borrowing here and there, which even if you said it today, everyone would understand what you are talking about. So let's look at some of the new, not really new, but different words for greetings. Sometimes you just want to ask somebody, how are you? How are you? How are you? You can basically ask the person, Idinadi. Idinadi. Idinadi simply means, how are you? Idinadi. How are you? And what is interesting here is that Idinadi is the same way that French people say, how are you? The French will say, how is it going? How is it going? How are you going? Like they will say, Comment? Comment allez-vous? That is in French, which basically means how allez to go? How are you going? And it also means how are you? So it is very interesting that the same way is the way that Dholuo also asks you, how are you? Idinadi. Idi means to go. So it comes from the verb dio. Dio means to go. And if you remember how we conjugated to go last time, we used an, in, en, one, un, gain. So we said we conjugate the verb dio so that when I am going, I say abi Ardhi. I hope you remember from, if you didn't watch the earlier video, you need to watch it so that you see what we said about this. Ardhi, and then Idhi, then N, that is the third person, Odhi, Wan, Wadhi, Udhi, Gin, Gidhi. So it's just the, and so on and so forth. So you can see Idinadi is here. You, how are you going? Idinadi. And the response to this greeting is basically Adi. If you are alone, you simply say Adi, then you add Maber. Adi Maber. I am fine. And that is the same thing. So you can say Adi Maber. The other way also, if let's say you are many people, the question now would be Udinadi. Udinadi. And the response would be Wadi, and then you add Maber. How are you? You people. Or if you're asking about the third person, Otieno, Odinadi. You are asking about Otieno. So you simply say Odinadi. That is the question. And the response would be Odi Maber. That is about that greeting. Now, let's go to something else. Quickly. And if you have any question, you can ask me, or if you want anything to learn about something specific, let me know so that we can talk about it. Let's talk about days of the week. Odiechienge mag week. Odiechienge mag week. And as I told you, there are different ways of saying the same thing depending on where you come from. Much of what I'll explain to you is actually Dholuo from Siaya, and specifically from Ugenya. So maybe from another part of the Luo area, the Luo area, you may find different words. But the good thing is that whichever one you use, the other person will be able to understand. Odiechienge are basically days. Mag of week. Days of the week. So when you talk about days of the week, we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So Monday is work teach. Work teach. This is Monday. Tuesday is teach Ario. Teach Ario is Tuesday. Wednesday is teach Dek. Thursday is teach Angwen. Teach Angwen. There is an apostrophe there. Teach Angwen, which means Thursday. Friday is teacher beach. Saturday is actually borrowed from Kiswahili, but also you can use the one that's borrowed from Kiswahili, or you simply say Ngeso is Saturday, or Sunday is Jumapili. Sunday. You can see this is borrowed from Kiswahili, Jumapili. So you just say Jumapili. I'm sure there is another word for Jumapili other than Jumapili, but even me, I don't know that one. If this is the most commonly used today, Jumapili, Ngeso, and so on and so forth. So work teach is Monday. Work simply means to live somewhere. Like to move from one place to another. So it's like, and teach means work. So work teach basically means the day that work begins. And then teacher Rio is like the second day of work. Teacher Dek, the third day of work. Teacher Ngwen, the fourth day. Teacher Beach, the fifth day. Now, so then you'll realize that these are basically numbers. A Rio, a Dek, a Ngwen, a Beach. And we'll talk about numbers shortly. But the most important thing to know is basically the days of the week. Work teach, Teacher Rio, Teacher Dek, Teacher Ngwen, Teacher Beach, Ngeso, Jumapili. Okay? Uko na swali? Okay, so now we go to the numbers. We'll just talk about 1 to 10 only for now. Numbers. Again, this is a very interesting one because I also don't remember what numbers would be in Dholuo, original Dholuo, other than just saying Nambe. Nambe, which sounds like a borrowed word from numbers. Nambe. If you know the original word for numbers in Dholu, you could also let me know. Nambe. So we start with 1. Achiel. Ariyo. Adek. Angwen. Abich. Auchiel. Abiriyo. Aboro. Ochiko. Apar. So if you want to, as long as you know this, you can always say the numbers of something. You can say I only want something: achiel, ario, adek, angwen, abich, auchiel, abirio, aboro, ochiko, apar. So if somebody asks you what is the date today, kawuono en tarik adi. Kawuono en tarik adi. Adi means how many. That word alone means how many. So you can say adi. Even if you want to say pesa adi, how much? Pesa adi. G adi, how many people. So adi means how many. Tarik is also, it sounds like also a borrowed word from tarehe, but it means date. So date, how many dates or what date? Tarik adi. Which date? So you can ask somebody, okay, we are going to the cinema, but tarik adi. Which date? Kawuono means today. Kawuono, today. And means is. So kawuono, today is what date? Kawuono is, kawuono en tarik adi. So we can use the numbers. For instance, kawuono is tarik adi. What is the date today? Third is what? Adek. So kawuono en tarik adi. Then you simply use the word tarik to answer. You simply say kawuono en, in fact, you can use this. Simply say kawuono again. En tarik adi? Adek. Kawuono en tarik adek. You must not say this one. In a short form, you can just say tarik adek. But to make a full sentence, you basically say kawuono en tarik adek. Okay? So you can use these numbers to form so many sentences. Somebody can also, you go to buy a piece of cloth. You can just ask a very simple one. En pesa di. You see, we are still going to use this structure, en. So whatever it is, so you just ask the person selling to you, en pesa di. It's how much? And then you simply say pesa adi. Now, the answer will be basically the price. So it can be angwen, abich, auchiel, and of course, when it comes to prices, it may be beyond 10. So We'll talk about the numbers beyond 10, 11 going onwards. If it's something that is cheap enough, you can say siling angwen. Again, siling is borrowed from the English word for shillings. So you'll say, and siling angwen. It's 4 shillings. Siling angwen. Siling a beach. Siling a uchiel. Siling a berio. Siling a boro. Siling a chico. Siling a pa. So that is how you can use or make sentences with numbers. If you have any question, ask. Otherwise, I think that's enough for today. Good.